Why? And on Thursday, NFP week, the first week of the month, or first month of the week, the other way around. And we are here back on trading for another consecutive section for the NY. Now we had our previous trade. If you looked at in the previous session, was successfully taken the profit. The market is now on a pullback, and I'm looking at here for another entry. But before I go to that next entry for the next trade setup, Relaxes, all members are back here. If you guys ready here, make sure you are ready. Say yes if you are here and you can hear me. The stream is on, the audio is nice, the music is slow, and we can get into the fast track entry. So yes, thank you very much. Awesome. All right, so we are looking at this market structure on gold. Welcome, hello, welcome. And couple of instruments. If you look at the market is really trending here at the moment, and I was looking at DXY. We saw that there was a pullback on DXY, and it is potentially getting ready for another wave of breakout on DXY that you can see here. And if we look at on XAUUSD, the market from this support area that you can see has got significant breakout of this level. From the technical aspect, the market has broken back to the upside, and with this breakout on gold, and we can see that last 2 to 3 hours the market was in a pullback, and I think it's possibly preparing for another move, and I'm ready with my entry setup potentially. But before that, we want to do as we always discuss, that 3 key points that we need to look at before we set up any trade. And also you'll be looking at the previous one as well, technical, fundamental, and also the sentiment. So we'll be looking at the technical and the fundamental, and also the sentiment analysis. Okay, so looking at that here, that you can see this is the technical and the fundamental and also the sentiment. Okay, so from that perspective that you can see from the technical, and without any regard, that you can see this is currently in a downtrend. Okay, so you can see that the market is in a downtrend. So from the technical, that you can see it is in a downtrend. The market is maintaining this downtrending market structure. Okay, so you can see the price action here in that market. If you look at that, this is the resistance here, a drop, and you can see resistance here, drop, and you can see resistance here, drop. So the market is, if you look at that market structure here from this key level, the market is maintaining this downtrending market structure. And with this downtrending market structure, if you look at that, it's in a overall falling market. So technical aspect that you can see here in this market is bearish. Okay, so with this bear market that you can see from that level, this is resistance, and also resistance here. Okay, so with this resistance line, as this market is in a downtrend, we are looking at this market for a sell entry. Okay, in this live session from this here. Now technically, let's look at also what is happening with the fundamental aspect in the market, and we see some volatility news just came out in terms of the sentiment that I would like to look at before we place the trade, and that might be this is showing as a high impact as a red folder. Iran has agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon. Podcast interview. So from the podcast interview, Iran has agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon. So which is an optimistic news in terms of the war going on. So let's see that what other factors that might be supporting this and what up to where the negotiation and the war situation. US-Iran intensified access for fresh feedstock stock. Okay, so this is the latest one that you can see, and also there is some also from Japan's Takayashi. FX policy is important to support economy. Okay, so this is from the JPY perspective. We saw that there was significant break earlier on JPY, and economic activity and monetary policy in Japan, and okay, so we see some other news, especially if you look at that, what is on the first at the first one that you can see. I think that has a significant influence in the market, and we saw that if you look at the WTI has been so far strongly bullish that we can see throughout the day. And after this daily closed as a pin bar that you can see in that area on WTI, we saw the market open with a gap and it has reacted back to the upside. So with the WTI to be bullish, because if the oil remaining upside and gold more often trade opposite direction of the oil, right? So if you look at that, oil is going up, gold is more often coming down. Okay, so you can see that that's how the gold and oil trade more often, not always, more often. So also if we look at the current DXY movement, DXY also had a gap open, and off this gap open the market has, if you look at that on DXY, reacted back to the upside, right? So that means that trending back to the upside. So on DXY move also shows that possibly that upside. So from the technical, I will be looking at now for further sell opportunity on gold, and we can see that lower time frame price action shows that there is a possibility for a trend continuation here. And you see that initial breakout of this consolidation usually at the top of a downtrend. Creating this kind of consolidation is a sign of reversal. So we have seen earlier there is a breakout. If you look at, we had our London session trade. This one I have already posted in our premium group about the details of this trade. Now also with these details of this trade that you can see in our premium group, also in addition I'll be discussing here as well in this market. Now at the moment you can see that this is the sideways market structure. Now in that sideways market structure, if you look at that, which is a potential sign of continuation back below. Now the market has just been below this support. As the market broken below this support with this one single move, it's now again pushing back here for another pullback. So with this pullback, now you can see that can create us a possible entry opportunity once we see a full confirmation or more. We could see now the market to go ahead again, retest back, and then the price to eventually potentially come come down back below to this support here in that area. So from the technical, we are seeing there is a downtrend. The trend is down, and from the fundamental analysis and also from the sentiment analysis, also you can see this is in a downtrend. So if you look at the 1 hour price action, the market here shows that there is a potential for break below. We see that trend continuation. Therefore, news in 4 minutes. Yes, there is, if you look at that on calendar, which is the ADP non-farm employment change, which is coming in 15 minutes. This is NFP, and tomorrow also coming average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. Thanks for your feedback. Yes, news is 4 minutes, and we'll be looking at trade setup with this move that you can see. Now, this is what you want to see, that the market ultimately trading in the major direction of the flow. However, if you look at this structure, spike up could create here a possibility to sell here, right? Spike up is an opportunity for us to trade this market. And with this news, once the market shows that pattern, now also the data is important. Now, if you look at that positive data for DXY, that could create a spike on gold straight down. However, if we see little deviation on DXY data, the market might go spike up on gold, but I think that is ultimately it's gonna break below, because there is still more data coming tomorrow, right? So far there is a spike, there is a possibility for a spike up, but I never trade news, so I would highly recommend not to trade news. It will never be profitable trade if you trade news. So sometime accidentally might come some profit, but not at all. But after the news, there is more volume comes, and I will be throughout this session will be discussing at what time after the news is the best time for placing the trade. So don't miss out this point as we are here as well. Okay, so waiting for that data to come up, and we could see the market to have here breakup structure, and that breakup structure can create that trading pressure here in this market. So there is a head and shoulder here that you can see, guys. I'm really excited to see the move. By the way, if you haven't liked this stream, you can do so before the news so that we can see the move going on. Okay. And I think this data may not be very fiery move, but could be an indication. Okay, so ADP non-farm employment change is more than the forecast. So that could be bearish for gold, okay, and bullish for WTI, and also potentially bullish for DXY. Yeah, so you can see that DXY is having a bullish bias on DXY. If you look at that, DXY from this support here, it's slowly breaking back to the upside on DXY. So therefore, data is showing that there is a potential for upside here on DXY, and therefore gold remain bearish, right? So there our trade setup is looking at downside now, and that is what could be the reason here the market started to break below. So this is a trend that you can see on DXY, and off this trend on DXY, the market slowly breaking that low. Here is that there is a head left shoulder and the right shoulder, head and shoulder, and with this head and shoulder we could see that to come down, even to come down lower here, back below. Okay, now directionally we have been seeing that this is a falling market. This is what the first thing that I look at, the directional bias. Okay, because when we are looking at the direction, we have a better understanding of the overall markets. This is the biggest part of finding the direction, because the area of value is easy to identify, right? We can find the support and resistance, supply and demand zone very easily, as long as you have little experience in trading. But if you're a complete beginner, also it's easy to identify the area of value. The difficult part is to identify the trend. Looks like that trend identification is easy, but it's the difficult part. Why? Because to identify the correct direction of the trend, you have to look at the multiple time frame. Okay, you need to look at the higher time frame, and you need to align that lower time frame with the higher time frame to find the directional bias. And also need to look at the current sentiment in the market, which is also hard. You see, sometime open a trade and just the market gone back opposite. Everything is correct, but suddenly the market gone back to the opposite. Just search properly, you'll find that there is a breaking news. Somewhere something happened. Either a drone attack or an interception of drone, or someone resigned or something like happened, and that definitely will have a direct influence in the market. And that's why I always look at that. Okay, so now let's look at what is here. Now this is the lower time frame trend. Here I can see this is showing a downtrending market structure, which is showing that the price action to break below here. And by the way, I would like to see all our regular members are here ready for a trade setup. So if you now the news is gone and we are potentially getting ready for a trade setup. We had our previous trade successfully closed. Now if you're ready, say yes in the live chat and that you're ready, so I know that how many members are really paying attention for a potential upcoming trade setup. Okay, do you like yes in the live chat, or why, or write N, or your name, country, anything? Okay, good. I see 2 members ready. 3, 4, 5. Keep writing and we'll see that. If you say ready, Robert, Solomon, welcome. Very good. Well done. Well done. That's good. That's good. We see that. Okay, the market is now having a pullback here. Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. Very good. And thanks for the confirmation. It is a buy. Okay, cool. We see that most of the members are ready for a trade setup, and I'm looking at entry at the best possible level with a full risk management setup. So make sure that you do the lot size calculator we discussed in our previous session, about the lot says hello doc, thank you very much, welcome. And we had our London session trade successfully closed, two of them, both TP1 TP2 hit. Okay, yes, from Papua New Guinea, welcome from everywhere. We have people from trading from all around the world, right? That's the beauty, guys. Trading is now all around the world. Okay, we have people trading from almost 80% of the world countries, which is huge, right? From Gulf, from Europe, from America, from Middle East, from Asia, everywhere. Okay, from Australia, everywhere. So this is now, trading is becoming more and more popular. Why not? It's simple. We will be discussing more on how trading can change life. There's a lot of people now making consistent growth as a trader, okay, which is just simple way. And I'll let you know my story as well, how trading can help anyone in the same way, in any direction. You can go with trading, not only to be a trader, you can be a trading mentor as well, right? You can do many things in trading. Okay, from trading you can do many things as a trader. Okay, once you become a good trader, you can teach others to trade. Okay, that's bring fulfillment. Okay, that's a great. You can help others to develop trading psychology. That's also part of trading, right? Which is a big deal. Okay, so here is a breakup structure, and I would be looking at a trade setup here at this level. Okay, and this is an upside bias here, and I'm putting 132 pip stop loss here for this trade here. Okay, and I'll be putting 2 TP levels again like the previous one. So one TP at 100 pip, the other one is here. And this is a sell trade that I'm opening. So I have shared the same trade setup in the group as well. So this is I have opened another trade here, and this is the second trade of today. We had two TP hit earlier. I've taken that. Let's begin this one as well. Welcome. Trade setup on. This is the TP1. So take profit target at this level. So I will be closing manually at this level, 1 profit, and I will be closing. I'll leave the next profit running for this one if the market successfully come. So looking for the 2 trade setup here. Okay, here is the move, and let's wait to see. In the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying live session, make sure guys like this stream. So you got news. You hold with news, sir. Yes, the news is gone. There's another one coming in more than 1.5 hours. So before that, you should be able to manage this trade accordingly. The news is gone, and the volume potentially to be bearish. We saw there was a breakup structure, has given its a momentum, and I have traded the trend, guys. The rest I'm leaving on the market. I'm running some profit here, quite a bit of in terms of my risk setting. So you can see the market is slowly breaking below here. Let's see that where it is heading. And in the meantime, if you are enjoying the live session, don't miss out to subscribe, press the notification bell so you are not missing. Okay, and the premium group is fully open for limited time. It is a one of lifetime opportunity. You can join directly using the link, first link below this video, straight away when you are running the trade. Also get that chance to be part of the trading community. I had gone below this video for any essential link that you need. You can use it for such as the broker that I'm using, or you can visit the website or directly join the premium group for regular trade update, education, courses, as well as analysis, which is open now. So here is, I'm looking at of this liquidity grab. You can see the market tested here, drop, tested here, drop, tested here, drop, which is showing that this is a continuation of this downtrend on this market. I'm also using Bandage. Thank you very much. Okay, so here is what you can see. The market is coming back below and slowly breaking that low, expecting it to come down. So you can see that since that we have opened, here is the I'm around 57 to 60 pip up in profit running, and I would like to see that potentially it's coming back below, though it is in a key support on the lower time frame that you can see. Here is that if we see the market has entirely broken down back below, we will be looking at that entry here in this market. So you can see the liquidity grab and continuation here on this area. All right, so nearly to take profit target 1 for this session here as well. And it's just the beginning, guys. It's not ending, so make sure that always follow along. Breakup structure, and looking forward to see that the market to break below here to continue to trend back down in the major flow. Flow is very important when we are trading, guys. I always look at the flow, because when we are trading with the flow, we are always ahead in the direction of the smart money, right? And how many of you use this SMC strategy here? If you are trading for some time, even we discuss here in depth on the SMC as well as ICT, and also there is a new lessons coming on the channel. I'll be preparing an in-depth extended video lesson for SMC as well as for ICT setup. Okay, we'll be posting over the weekend, so don't miss out those trade setup, trade ideas, as well as the full in-depth education that can change how you look at the market, right? And if you want to be a profitable trader, of course, these are the key points that you must pay attention. Looking at the smart money system, looking at how the smart money trading, so that you can always compete with the smart money and trade with the trend. So pullback that you can see, I'm still holding both take profit 1 and take profit 2. And if the market here, if you look at that, you can see the market has gained momentum. It's still in a sharp downtrend. So in that downtrend, the market is highly likely to potentially to remain bearish. Okay, I'm hopeful still that we'll be able to take the full TP1. I'm not closing in the middle. I'm running almost halfway. So I will be moving my TP2 so that I can close manually TP1. So I'm moving 4433. So there is a narrow dodgy pattern formation here in this area, and I was trying to break up. So there is a narrow pin bar formed that might be creating now some room for possible move. If you look at this current 5 minutes price action, market has broken this support. There is still room here for another drop. So if you look at that level here, okay, breaking back below after this liquidity sweep. Ready? So showing up that there's a potential for downside here in this area that you can see, and of those levels, nearly to coming to the TP1. Okay, nearly to profit target 1. I'm running almost 75 to 80 pip. Okay, so you want to take TP1 at 100 pip. That's gonna be huge with the TP1, and then we'll be running the rest for the TP2. Good day. TP1 is where I am late. Okay, so the profit target 1 at 4448.45. You're late, that's fine, but you know, the only thing that don't want to miss the pips. If you're late, no problem. You know, when we late at school, when we were young, we say that, so we were late, but we miss some lesson, which is good. We don't have to like got in too much stress. But here, if we miss, then we miss the pips, right? That's different. Okay, so almost nearing to the hitting the TP1. And I will be out with the TP1 with the running profit. So all right, so I'm closing the profit target 1. So I'm closing manually profit target 1 and also updating the group. Okay. Now TP profit target 2 is running. Okay, so profit target 2 is running, profit target 1 is closed. All right, now here, which is maintaining its momentum back below. I'm done with tip profit target 1 and around 85 pip taken. This is a falling market, and I'm pretty excited the market to remain here in a bearish mode. It's pushing down here. It might continue to drop, or it might go for a pullback. Any update on the current geopolitical sentiment that you can see? Trump Iran has agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon. Podcast interviews, so that means there might be some shift in the sentiment, but the overall as escalation war in different region, the market is what you can see here at the moment. So I think there was so I saw some new move. So if you look at that, there is a feedback that US and Iran launches new strike as Kuwait says airport hit by Iranian drone. So there are drone strike, I think few of them, and that's where in fact looks like that there is escalation in terms of the drone and air strike. So it is now having another breakout structure that you can see here in this area on gold, and I'm running the second profit target, and we'll keep running for an extension above before we look for what I think this breakout that you can see can create another wave of drop, because the overall trend is bearish. We have a wider stop loss. I didn't move the stop loss at entry because I want to take the I don't want to get out just before it eventually give us a good move here. Once the market goes enough below, we can move that stop loss at entry, but not yet here. We want to see that how the market does here in this area. Welcome. Any feedback, like your analysis? Thank you very much. If you go start us about trades, DXY out range flying. Yes, DXY is flying, and that's where you can see the market is in fact because XAUUSD is just going opposite of DXY. Thank you. If only school taught us about trades. It's only where you can learn. Take profit, yeah. Can you mention the exact price for TP2? So profit target 2 here is at 4433.97, which is the profit target 2. We'll set it up at this level. Hi coach, how are you? How have you taken any trade setup? Yes, we already take one trade setup and it's closed in profit, and looking forward to see the next one to come up. Here we see the pullback now. Yeah, good trade. London trade. London session has 2 profit target. Both of them hit. For those who followed the London session trade, and I'm sure that you enjoyed that. Now you can see that here on the 15 minutes, the market had an entirely upside bias. This is where the market is now heading, and the chances for this move now, it's at entry where you have entered our trade, and I believe that the market is more likely to have a potential reaction back after this candle close, as though there is a rejection of this lower price, but it's still the overall trend here is bearish. So there is a higher chance for another reaction back below of this after this candle close on the 15 minutes, because it's still maintaining the downtrend. All right, so let's wait to see how the market react to that. The price is at entry. Breaking below can create another wave of drop here back below. Right, so here is I'm looking at for another entry. If we see that successful drop, before we look for another entry, we first need to make sure that this one is break even. Right, we need to look at this one successfully move back down before we look for any entry. So the 15 minutes candle close that you can see here of this, and chances for this market to here, if you look at this, is the 5 minutes close, entirely broken back to the upside with a large green candle, which could be that the market to eventually trend back down to the support area. Let's go to some upside here. Even if you get out, I'm happy we will not be losing anything because we just already taken the profit target 1. If the market goes up, we can re-enter at any point. It's part of trading, but let's see that what's the market is going to do here. And if you look at that overall trend here, bearish, so still the market will remain here. Will be still remaining bearish. However, if the market goes here to retest this resistance line, then nearly from the stop loss area, if hit the stop loss in case for the profit target 2, I will be again re-entering from that same area. Okay, we'll keep the stop loss above this high then. But I think that's it. Might see just the reaction back again. Thank you. So from this support, if you guys look at it, you can see the market has created its initial move to the upside, and it could be looking like a change of trend. I'm not saying that anything cannot possible, but we are trading the overall direction. And as you know that this is NFP week, which is for, if you look at the in terms of the data, which is very important. Now tomorrow coming to also the CAD and employment change and also unemployment rate, along with the dollar, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and also unemployment rate. These are the points that you could see here. So reaction of this level can bring that market well below here. And also can you give, I can give you a signals. Are you still in? Yes, I am still on the tip. Profit target 2 is running. If it goes up to entry level, can you put another position? Yes. No, not for now. Okay, I'm running the profit target 2, but if you haven't entered at all, it's up to you. It's still valid, but because I'm running the previous trades half position, I'm not entering again because I don't want to double up again. I've already taken the first half and I have shared the outcome in the group. So if you are on the group, you can have a check. It's always a good idea is to cross check the signal that the alert sent out and also the trade outcome, so that you can keep learning, right? Here the main focus in learning. It was fake out on 5 minutes trend line. Yes, it looks like that it was a fake out of the 5 minutes trend line. And the fake out usually trading, if you know how to trade the fake out, that's gonna be a very, I would say that a huge plus point as a trader, because the bigger move happened with the fake out. Okay, and it's the way the market moves. Okay, and we can't like do anything about it. But which is, if you look at that, when you see that there is a fake out, usually the market gain momentum, right? Momentum for a new move. Without fake out, the market cannot move for the bigger move. Okay, so because you need the liquidity, right, for the market to move. That's why the name is different. It's what the correct explanation of this, the breakup structure, which is the right move that happened in the market. Breakup structure means that, let's say this is a downtrending. Okay, if you look at that, this is a downtrending move, and this is a dynamic resistance line, right? So you can see the market following this trend line. It's not a straight trend line, but carved one, and the market has broken out of that structure. That's a breakup structure. Once there is a breakup structure, there has been liquidity trigger, because those who were seller here, most of them has either entry or their stop loss in that zone, which is liquidity trigger. And once that liquidity triggered, there is a volume in the market. Yeah, that's a liquidity sweep. Yes. So you can name a lot. Okay, you can name fake out, breakout, like false breakout, fake out, liquidity grab, liquidity sweep, anything. Hello sir, what is your opinion on 4500 for sell? 4500. Four-hour chart, 1 hour. The market here is so far, if the market goes there, yeah, this is a good point for sell. But usually how I actually find the market to trade is based on the present, like what is now at the moment in the market, which is very important. So let me give you an idea. So let's say the current level is that I have drawn a line here at this level, right, at 4472. Now how the market is interacting with that level will determine either you should be selling that level or no. So one thing is to find a key level, right? An important area of value, support or resistance, supply and demand zone. And the mistakes happen is most of the time you guys will see that most trader trade that level. Okay, so think that, okay, this is where in the past the market dropped, so the market will drop again, so I'll place a pending order here. But the actual way that you can find better information when you see that how the market reacted or acted or interacted to that level in the real time. So for example, there is a level here, key level. Now that key level can be interacted in two distinct ways. One is from this low, this is, let's say, 2 large candle has gone to hit that level, created an upside, and then candle close here with a long wick. Now the overall trend is down. You might see the market is coming straight back below the same level. But if you see the market has gone to the same level, and then but it trended along the way. Okay, and then before it reached that, there was a false breakout. That means breakup structure below, and the market again started to trend back to the upside. That's a high probability further continuation. So the same level, but the interaction was different in that area. So that's caused this market to again move that. Now at the moment we can see some upside move. It is possible that the market could go back again for another wave of bounce, but I'm still bearish until we see a very significant change in the market sentiment. 1 hour candle close. How many of you think that the market will be bounce, or how many of you think the market will remain bearish? I'm starting a poll. Let's see that who is where at. So what is your bias on XAUUSD now? That means that just now, not later or in the past. So there is a breakup up here that you can see of this. Okay, hello sir, what is your opinion? Okay, 5 minutes has pin bars in both direction. If you look at the 5 minutes, yes, there are two doji or the pin bar has formed, but if you look at this area especially, two pin bars that you can see in that area, double doji, if you look at that area, that you can see it's a double doji, and so double doji will be significant when you see that that has formed in an important zone here, which is very important. Do you look at volume? Was straight. Why was we already have taken our first profit target. 5 minutes first. We have taken the first profit target. Why should be was straight? Anyway, I believe you like, most of you, the trade. Now, depending on how you judge a trade, is profitable trade is like overtrade, then it's not a good trade, isn't it? Okay, so do you look at volume? I usually look at volume in a different way than traditional volume indicator, because most indicators are lagging. All right, so the volume is what I look at in terms of the timing, right? So it's from my experiential way. Okay, so for example, after 15 minutes or 10 minutes past the high impact news, okay, when the market moves, there is a volume in the market, because the data shown in the volume indicator is more often they are lagging indicator. Okay, indicators are lagging, all of them. So therefore, I do not rely on only the volume indicators reading, rather I look at the timing. And I can tell you some timing that most of the time, if you look at the 90% of the time, there will be volume in the market. So after any high impact news, for example, NFP coming up today, after 40 minutes there is ISM service PMI, ADP non-farm employment change. Okay, during just after, let 5 to 10 minutes past, there will be volume in the market most of the time, and that's a very good volume to trade on with the USD data release. And some other times that you could see the volume is coming. Okay, so here let's see how we can trade this one. We have taken the first one, and we might see some significant move here. Let's see that where it is heading now. We are nearly to 35 to 40 pip move. It's happened. Let's see here, 15 minutes and 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Iran nuclear risk seen higher than before Trump's attack began. Oh, your report. Okay. Is there any update on the news? There are some I think significant like escalation attack that we have seen. I have seen some of the news sources, US and Iran launches new strikes. Okay, and yeah, so majority of the news report that. So this is a, because there was a I think there is an attack on Kuwait airport, drone strike, and also in Bahrain. So quite a few zones that has intercepted as well. So those news actually signals that significant escalation on the current geopolitical situation, and you can see DXY has shown this kind of move that you can see on DXY. And DXY, if you look at that, shows that bullish move, and which what I think that the way the market structure has formed, it is strongly uptrending on DXY. I'm looking at the 4 hour, and 4 hour time frame is reliable. So if you look at, this is the recent support area on DXY, and with this recent support area, this is the weekend move that you have seen past week, which is pure liquidity sweep, and the market has reacted back to the upside. So this is currently could continue to rise here, back even going higher. Okay, so if DXY is going higher, overall move on gold to be in a downtrend, and this move that you can see currently on gold, that if that fails, this upside bias, we could see that continuation back below, and I'm holding on the trade here. So you can see the market structure shows is still in that area. So there is another 15 minutes candle is closing here at this price action. Please check DXY. Are you bearish? On gold, I am bearish. On DXY, I'm bullish. Yeah, so we are bearish on gold, and we see the market. We have taken one trade, and I guess you guys were there. First profit target taken. Now here the market is trying to pick up of this, and that could be a pullback attempt. Okay, break below, and see that what we will be doing here. If it is a fail move, then that might come back again, back down here, and the market is back to our entry. Right, guys, back in the profit zone. back in the profitable area. I've just entered into my profitable area. Running in profit, and okay, so we are back on this trade, and I'm excited to see it's moving down. We are back on this one here, 44 pip, and Canada now late entry from UK. I wouldn't look at it yet, because if you look at the overall situation in the market now, so some of the current sentiment here on JPY, gold, and other instrument is pretty much, that's why I would say that we can count on it. Now from the 1 hour, that looking to see, if you look at the 1 hour price action, the market structure shows that there is a possibility for that movement. Okay, so it's showing that there is a bearish move. If the 5 minutes can close below the pin bar range, will be great. Okay, no, that's a good observation. So coming below this pin bar is important, because this is where there was a buying pressure has happened in the past. So once the market managed to break below the pin bar, it's gonna come back to this fair value gap, right? This is a significant fair value gap of this movement. If you look at from this support level, the market has created this move. Now it's approaching that fair value gap, and with this fair value gap approaching, it potentially to break that support, and then could continue to turn back below, and that might be looking at the lower level. Holding for the potential full profit target here. Okay, now So here I'm looking to see if we will be running this one here. I'm still hopeful that the market may drop. We are running some profit, and I believe you guys, for those who are trading with me, okay, it's still maintaining the downtrend, and I still could see that moving back below. Okay, it's coming down here. We are on this trade and running quite a bit up, and I will be giving an update shortly what I am doing with this trade. So it's coming down here. It's a significant move, which is good to see, and I'm still holding. And this is an entire drop back below, which has dropped well below here, below our previous profit target. And it's a one single drop. So I will be taking this one here as well out. It's an entire drop, and I'm updating the group as well. That's cool. That's cool. Done. Now I would like to see a feedback. How many PP you have taken here? I've taken nearly 200 PP. Another one. And it's not end. It's just the beginning. So make sure you're not going anywhere. Look at the full upset. Profit taken, another 100 pip. It's still coming down here. closed mine as well. Well done. Seems like it's dropping. Yes, we could see that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the sentiment is very important. This is what I have looked at mostly, especially when trading on lower time frame. Always keep eye on the sentiment. Now, if you look at that, because the sentiment on, if you look at their correlated dollar index, WTI, so dollar index is currently in an uptrend, right? So from the 4 hour, if you look at this session is bullish, and dollar index is potentially to remain further to the upside. It's almost hitting that this nearest liquidity zone that you can see, and with this hitting of this nearest liquidity zone on dollar index, the market is potentially to cross this high, retest, and then could continue to bounce back here to create this new higher high here on dollar index, right? So with this movement, if the market remaining here bullish on dollar index, gold is just mirroring, right? If you look at the gold, is just mirroring back here towards the downside here on dollar index. Okay, so and here the market structure and the trend is showing significantly bearish. Now with this support here that you can see, the market is slowly breaking back to the upside, and that's where you can find further entry opportunity. Thanks a lot, coach. Consecutively 5th trade in gold close. Okay, yes, me also consecutively 5th trade. Thanks for the feedback. This is what we have that I mostly like. Consistency is the key, right? Consistency is the key. This is what we need to look at. Consecutively 5th gold trade. Now also if you look at, now we have members currently have joined, and for those who join, I really want you to hold on to that. Okay, here in the premium group there is only one, if for those who have joined, there's only one system that can replicate over and over again, and that's why I'm trading with all of you every day. For those who have joined here, we have thousands of members trading with me, so make sure you, for those who are in the group now, you can find the group link below. Scroll up to the top of the group and see the pinned courses. You can go through that courses where I have discussed majority of my trading experience and everything. You go to the pinned area of those courses where you can find education as well as analysis and everything. Okay, so there is a narrow doji of this level. Hold the sell entry for till 4435. Okay, so if you hold, that's good on you, man. You can do that. That's fine. Okay, I'm out because I had consecutively quite a few trades. Okay, for those who can hold, always no problem. Make sure that you not too over leveraging or risking high. Okay, which is very important to look at. Here's if you look at this, is a large bearish engulfer that you can see in that area. Okay, so with this bearish engulfer, there's a long wick bearish engulfer, there's another long wick bearish engulfer, and you can see there's another long wick bearish engulfer. So the market in that area here, which is showing that there is a significant bearish pressure here at the moment. We have traded the flow, and this is what I looked at, guys, in the beginning of this session. I trade Nasdaq as well as gold, but right now I am trading Nasdaq. Is it not connecting how bullish Nasdaq is? Concerning. Okay, looking at Nasdaq. If anyone trading anything, also you can share your currency pair and also the timing. Then I can look. Nasdaq has, this session had a pullback. Let's look at the monthly. I don't be worried too much, because if you look at that, this move, we can see that on Nasdaq is also with the DXY. DXY is going up. There is a lot of shift in the sentiment in the market, right? So there's a lot of sentiment in the shift in the market sentiment. Nasdaq is bullish, and let's look at here the overall. And last, if you look at that last 3 months after this pullback, so yeah, there was if you look at here in the past, this move that you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 months was consecutive bullish on Nasdaq, and then this is the third month just started. Still, you can go a lot before it potentially come down for a pullback. And also the market is not looking unhealthy, right? Because there is a more pullback, so it's a trending market. If you look at the previous month, the month before, just gone out of 10 and 20 EMA. Okay, so just moved out of 10 and 20 EMA, not far. Some of the market you would see that far from 10 and 20 EMA. Okay, and if you look at the gold, the monthly, you'll see that, you see, gold traded above 10 EMA since 2024, like since at the end of 2023. And then 2024, 2020, nearly 3 years, the market traded above 10 EMA. And now it has just dropped to this, just touching the base of 10 EMA on the monthly. Okay, after this break. So if you compare that on Nasdaq, it's just breaking out of 10 EMA for like in the previous month. And the trend doesn't look to me very unhealthy, because you see whenever the market do like that, breaks and then create false breakout multiple times, this market has liquidity in it, right? So when there's a liquidity, it has momentum. It's not a unusual move. So, and also here few times the market had a breakout structure, quite a few times. And that being said, if you look at going back to the gold, gold is coming down here for this move that you can see, and it's maintaining that downtrend here. So you could see that move on gold. So it's coming down here. It's falling market and it's keep falling here. It's almost hitting that TP2. So gold at least touch 4435 before any pullback. Looking for a buy 4435. No. It's a falling market, guys. It's a highly bearish market that you can see, which is maintaining its downtrend continuation. We saw the market just below the profit target. Now it has crossed that low. Okay, so now going to this multiple trades today that we have opened using the same system, same probability, right? So how can you also trade in the similar way, right? As a trader, which is the main goal of trading here, so you can learn the same system, same strategy as a trader. Now when we decide the trading, right? Yeah, now I think gold will goes for 4370 4380 range. Okay, so if you look at the overall the trend in the market, okay, what was the primary driver of our entry? So you can see that this one we have opened in London time, London session. This one is London and NY session mixed. That means that 2 sessions trade. If you look at this zone here that you can see, this is a channel that you can see of this, and with this channel there was, you can see that it's a structure, it's a dynamic curved structure that you can see of this. And this kind of structure more often to break below, because the overall trend that you can see in this market is in a downtrend. And multiple time frame confirmation is important. Look at the daily here. The price is trading below 10 and 20 EMA, which is the fast EMA and also the slow EMA both. Followed by, if we go back to the 5 minutes that we were looking at the lower time frame, that you can see the market has created this structure which has formed a head and shoulder with a channel. Okay, and with this channel of this head and shoulder, there is a breakout. Now this is where many of the traders might get trapped out. Okay, and that's why I'm explaining. That's why you see that after this kind of breakout structure, the market moves a lot. Usually from here it didn't move that much, but with this breakout structure it moved a lot. Why? Because with the breakout structure, there will be more people will think that the market will go up rather than going down, because the market needs both buyers and sellers to move the market. But as you are learning here, okay, you know that now in what situation you should be entering and remaining in your trade for bigger move. More education currently available for you, and I have kept everything available for on your fingertips. Just link below this video, which is where I'm every trade that sharing, along with the full breakdown of each trade, every session that I'm sharing with the members as well as with all of you in the channel. And also there will be more content coming on the channel for the beginner to advanced trader who really want to take your trading to the next level. This is a new way of trading in 2026. You guys see that we are trading. I'm trading every single day, twice, with hundreds of thousands of members in also the premium group. And if you are here new, make sure you follow along all the content available for you to grow as a trader. Thanks, coach. Close to 100 pip. God bless you. Yes, so we have our previous one and this one, both of them successfully closed, and now you can see the market now is having potentially another pullback. Okay, so this pullback that you can see in that area could move higher, which we could see the market to go. So are you religious? So now if you look at the market has moved in the past, that you can see in that area, that in a channel, right? Now this channel, especially in this area here, now I really want special attention to this channel that you can see. Why? Because in this channel the market has done multiple false breakout, and that has given that momentum in that area, which is very important to look at. Now you can see that after creating a new lower low, the price is going again. Now should you be buying or selling? As a trader, this is where we mostly look at. And this move that you can see now could be a pullback or could be another wave of move. So always constantly look for the further entry. That I would like to look at my renew. The renew means that constantly looking at the market in a fresh perspective, that you can see here. with always keep check on 3 important indicator, not the indicator that is moving averages RSI or technical analysis, fundamental, as well as the sentiment. Technically, we are looking at constantly is a bear market, falling market, and with the fundamental we saw the data. So the fundamental that mostly we will be looking at the data. Today we have seen that ADP non-farm employment change has come out to be more than what was forecast. The forecast was 118k, right? Now the actual outcome for this quarter is 122k, so more than the forecast. Means that there has been significant growth in the economy, so economy looks stronger. So therefore, if you look at the DXY, looks that which is we can see the DXY has shown therefore bullish momentum. You can see the 4-hour chart shows that upside, because DXY is showing that upside. We have sold XAUUSD. Simple understanding, more in depth, also the fundamental in your course available that you can find pinned at the top, okay, of this group. Now there is another data coming in just a matter of 5 minutes that you can see. ISM service PMI. Now ADP non-farm employment is much more important than this. This is also red folder news, but depending on how this one is coming will be important to look at for our next trade setup here in this market. And I believe you enjoying this session. Make sure you like, and I know that many of you already smashed that like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So waiting for the ISM service PMI data, and the market is now pulling back towards the upside for another wave of potential drop here in that area. Let's wait for a few minutes for the data, and then we will be looking our next potential entry setup for this market. I sold 4446 and close 4435. 4446 and 4435. So we have sold at 4460 in our previous trade. I think market reverse from 4435. We have seen that reversal. Or 1600 today from 65 to 28. $1,600 today from 65 to 20. What do you mean by that? I haven't got your point. Gold is not trading at 6,500. Oh, you mean that you got $1,600 of it, 64 to 28. Okay, so here you can see the market structure looks like that it's potentially preparing for another wave of drop. However, if the spike now goes up and the market reverse after the spike, the market may here continue back below in that directional bias here, which is very important to look at. Okay, there might be spike up. What do you think? There might be spike up. We have our previous pool that well done guys, we have 45 bots that I'm sharing with you, and that has dropped entirely below of that pool, and the market has dropped back below here of this level, which is key zone here that you can see in that area. So that bot shows bearish 676%, and we have sold the market, which is good to see that in that area. And now if the spike goes up, okay, which we might see that, I think reverse 4453. Now if the market goes up, if you look at that going up to fill that imbalance, yes, it can have that reaction back below of this level. Okay, that can happen. So you can see there is a spike. Let's see that what the data is telling here, which is very important to look at. Okay, 54.5 also up for potential for DXY. If you look at that, 54.5, 53.7. So the ADP non-farm employment and ICM service, both of them shows a stronger indication on the DXY. How does the market reacted to that? We see that DXY has started to move, and I think this is a potential for a pullback because the market already has moved well in that area, which is, if you look at that zone, potentially to break and then to revert again. So DXY showing that there is a, now what I think that you see the market is at the top on DXY. Even if it wants to be bullish, it requires now momentum. That means the liquidity requires the pullback to come here. And if you look at that perspective on XAUUSD, also on a pullback, but overall directional bias on, you see market slowly after break of this high with a retest of this EMS, it's trying to break the low. Yeah, so the market structure here is showing that it is in a significantly in a downtrend, okay, and it confirms the downtrend, a higher chance for the market to continue in that direction. So there is a gap here, and that gap might be filling here in that area. Okay, so if you look at that zone, this is a gap fill can happen. If the market come and fill that gap, the price action to, you see this green move, there was, with this one single move has a straight gone back to the resistance line. Very high chance to market to again to come back, at least to form a double bottom. A possibility. I'm not selling here yet because we have quite a few trades. More analysis, guys, less trading. You see, yesterday we have 4 winner, right? 4 back-to-back win. Today, back-to-back 2 trades, also 4 profit target. But we analyzed a lot. More analysis, less trading. That's the key. But it's not less trading, right? Because it comes as a byproduct. When you stay focused, it's very important to look at. Let's have some volume, not in the market, but in the music. Thursday, still one more day to go. and it's NFP. Good trade. Welcome. It is in fact. You're always welcome, guys. Everybody on a bearish, so market may manipulate. The market has a cycle in it, okay? There will be some move and then move, okay? Usually wait for that break of structure. So you're always trading after that cycle of the break of structure. Okay, so now we will be quickly going through that overall market sentiment. Okay, we will be looking at few instruments to see for this NY session. NY session is a high volume session, so it's important to look at where the market is heading. So first I'm looking at oil here, WTI. You can see that this is where the weekly, monthly, weekly, there's a gap open, and off this gap open here the market created this initial breakout. If you look at the daily here, that you can see on the daily chart, the market has moved back here to this gap level that you can see, and off this gap level that you can see the market has crossed both 10 and 20 EMA, and where the price action after this initial move, it's coming back below here, right? So is this a drop, pullback, another drop on oil? We'll see the next here. From the 4 hour, that you can see the previous session has had some drop here. Okay, and I will be open to this direction now. Either we might see that coming here, or we could see continuation back above on oil. If we look at that, Bitcoin is having significantly bearish, which is because we saw that DXY is going up, but the overall trend on DXY shows that upside. So throughout the day today, I will remain in NY session and in this London session bearish, but it may go for deeper pullback, which is very usual to see. You can see there is an inverted head and shoulder here that might bring that market again back above the recent level of resistance here. It may go to retest those levels, and then can continue to drop. So overall market trend that we have found a directional bias that this market could here have, if you look at that, like it may go up for a deeper pullback and then can continue to come down here. Now for us to be able to enter, I really want to see that the market is going to give us similar kind of trade setup that we have opened here. This is just, we are starting with the NOS session. It's still quite a few hours to trade today. And I will also be posting, as usual, a full breakdown of other currency pairs that I will be looking at, including gold, later today in 3 hours and a half from now. Usually I look at time to time because the volume is important in terms of timing. So if you are in a learning process, if you're in a trading process, then those analysis absolutely is good for you, helpful for you, and I'm sure that you can find a great deal of benefit. So that being said, we have completed another successful a big successful trading day. For those who have taken the trade, you are congratulations for this profitable trade. If you haven't taken the trade but you looked at it, and I'm sure that you learned here from something that can change how you look at the market. Keep up trading. And here I have shared the premium group link in the live chat. It's open, you can join there, look at all the courses and education as well as analysis. That being said, it's almost end of this live session, but tomorrow is, that Friday NFP day, and I really don't want you to miss a big move tomorrow coming up in the market. And if you are trading NFP, and if you are really keen to take your trading to the next level, then don't miss out tomorrow's trading opportunities. And I would highly encourage you to join both of these live sessions so that you can take the full move. As Friday, big trading day, and I'll see you there, guys, again, trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy, and enjoy your time. We'll see you there shortly after any update in the group as well.